Hello, everyone. Wanted to bring this to your attention. Excited to let you know that after several weeks of putting this together, the team has put together a brand new feature that is inside of the GovScraper tool, something that a lot of you have asked for, and finally we were able to get this taken care of. So wanted to bring this all to your attention. It's about the email templates. So email templates are inside of GovScraper now, and you can also create your custom templates. So this video is going to really walk you through exactly how to use and create those templates. Now, the first thing that we have to make sure, if you have not already, I would highly recommend that you do. Inside of the system, go up to the top right icon, scroll down to where it says email integration, and integrate your email. If you have Gmail or Outlook, it's an easy integration between those two platforms. If you already have done it, you'll see that email right here. If you have not, you just want to click on email integration, go down to where it says manage email integration, and then connect email. You would choose one of these two. As you can see right here, I have already connected my Gmail, so everything is good to go. But you would just walk through those steps and it would integrate your email into here. So no more flip-flopping between your Gmail or Outlook and the GovScraper tool. Now, also too with this, we have the connected email. So with your connected email, it will show you the information, all the information that you have. And what I would recommend that you do is you go to Edit Signature. Edit Signature then means when you send emails through the GovScraper system, this email will automatically pop on that email that you're sending out to the vendors that you're sending emails out to. So as you see right here, all I did was I copied my email from Gmail and pasted it in here, and it came out looking like this. If you need to make slight changes, slight tweaks, and it's not 100% perfect all the time, you can easily use this toolbar up here to make those changes. Once that's all taken care of, then you would just save it. So scroll down, save signature. And moving forward now, as you see right here, it says signature updated successfully. So now that signature will be on all of my emails. Now, the other cool thing that we just added as of today are the custom templates. So what you would do is you would click on custom templates and you can choose up to 2 custom templates inside of the system. We are limiting it to 2. So if there's a certain template that you want to use that you've been sending out all the time before, copy it, put it in here, and it'll be one of your custom templates. Also too, for those that are sending out to me packaging quotes and packaging quote requests, and know you're doing it through your own portal, your own platform, whether that's Gmail or Outlook or whatever email you're using. But now finally, you can actually do it through the GovScraper tool. So let me walk you through how to use the custom templates. So in the custom templates, I would choose add template. And then you have your subject line and your body. Remember that the signature that you created will always be at the bottom of those emails. Now, with the custom templates, we have what we call variables. So these are the variables that we're extracting from the information that you're putting inside of the system or that's coming directly from that RFQ. The different variables that we have are the part number that you had placed inside of that vendor row. See how it describes it right here. We have the quantity in the vendor row. We have the ID number. And remember, every RFQ has a unique ID number attached to it. So then you can easily find RFQs that are responded to from your vendors. We have vendor in the vendor row, so whatever name you put in for the vendor. The NSN, that's coming directly from the RFQ. The solicitation number, coming directly from the RFQ. The item description, as well as the due date. Now, some of these you don't necessarily need, like I wouldn't necessarily be putting in the due dates. But again, to each their own, so we have added this. And the way it works is, we'll start off with the subject line. So I would say, request for quote test. Press a space, and then I would choose one of the variables. So I would say, let's just say I'm going to choose the part number. So I take the part number, I copied it. Now all I do is I paste it, and I don't touch anything else. So I put all that in there. Okay. If you want to put the solicitation number, I would probably not do that, but you can. You click on the solicitation number, paste it here. No, it's in there. And now I want to go through the body. So hi, I would choose maybe the vendor. So the vendor, paste it there. Our name is Tristan Thomas. Sourcing, we are looking for the following item. And then I would do part. So I'd write down the part. So part number, paste it there. I'd put quantity. So quantity, paste the quantity there. And then item description. Type there. Please provide the quote with the lead time and also any other charges that you may order. Item. Thank you. And again, don't worry about the bottom part because the signature will always be there. Okay. So I'd put all that information in. I've done my subject line, done my body. And now you can also see, if you want to make sure you have it correct, as you see right here, it's going to show all the information right there. So email's going to go out. It shows you the subject line information. shows you exactly what the email was. Everything looks correct. And then I will save the template. Great. Template is saved right here. So I can always go back and edit it or delete it, and it'll make and save those changes. So let's actually test this out together. So what I would do, go to my private list, and I'm going to look at one. So pull up this RFQ. Right up here at the top right here, for those that may not know, we always have a unique ID number associated with that solicitation, because some of us have trouble keeping track of what solicitations are being responded to. So if you have the ID maybe in the subject line or somewhere in the email, then it's an easy find by using the filters of the ID number. All right, but keep going down. I'm going to put my vendor information here. So vendor, ABC company, type, I put this in, put the part number, put the quantity, and I'm sending out an email to get the lead time and the price. And then after that's all in there and saved, because I've already saved it, I click on this little paper airplane and the compose box pops up. It'll show the email that it's coming from. So it's my job to put in the to, and then I can put in a brand new subject line, brand new body. But again, remember we put that signature. So you see the signature popped up. And then I would choose one of the templates. We have a default 2 templates. Template 1 is the template that we here at Mend Sourcing use, and this one works for us. So it's just an easy generic template that's there, all the information that we typically ask for, plus our signature is there. We also created another default template, just real quick and easy. And then the third one is my custom template that I had created. So I click on custom template and see if it works. And you see all the information there. Perfect. Now, a few things that we are going to do that I'm noticing right here. You need to have better spacing, right? So we'll work on that spacing piece, but you can now start creating custom templates inside of the system. I would send it to abccompany@gmail.com, and it's out, it's sent. All right. So this is pretty exciting news because we have been trying to work on this for quite some time. Finally, it's up. So if you're wanting to create custom templates for the email, you're more than welcome to do so. But first, you have to connect your Gmail or your Outlook email in order to do so. All right. Still working on other things. One of the things that we will be having in this several weeks is going to be a vendor section inside of GovScraper. So while I have you, on the left-hand side, we'll have a page for vendors where you can start adding in your vendors to keep track of what vendors you're sending it out to, who's responding back to those, any notes associated with that vendor, and so on. So be on the lookout for that, but we're always looking forward 2 or 3 steps ahead just to make sure that we give you the best experience possible. All right. So with that, if you ever have any questions or comments, always email me, call me, text me, any way to reach me. I'm here to help. As always, thank you for being a member of GovScraper, and have a good day.